Hey, I'm Chef Super Dave.
And I'm Sunny. And once again, we're going to be pairing another phenomenal dish with the Maverick, Marsanne Roussanne. What we're going to do today is we're going to make a bacon-wrapped shrimp with an edamame and corn succotash with a butter barbecue sauce. It's going to be exquisite.
Absolutely. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a piece of bacon that I've cooked off just partially, about 3/4 of the way, so it's still kind of pliable. I'm going to take 2 of these medium-sized shrimp, and I'm going to wrap the bacon around these shrimp. And I've already got a couple other ones made, and I'm going to show you the rest over the stove. So, Sonny, want to head over there with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Taking my wine? I'm taking my wine.
All right. So Dave's going to tell us how to make this fabulous dish.
Thank you, Sunbox. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to make three different parts of this meal. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make the sauce out of the shrimp shells. And then the second thing we're going to do is we're going to make the soybean and the corn succotash. And the third thing we're going to do is we're going to sear off the barbecue shrimp. What's after that?
And the fourth thing we're going to do is we're going to pair it with this fabulous Marsanne Roussanne, the Maverick.
Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm adding the shallots, and quite a few shallots, and a little bit of garlic to the shrimp shells. And I'm going to go ahead and let that kind of get some flavor there. And I'm going to do something really cool here. Sonny, can I have my wine?
Oh, absolutely.
I am going to take the Maverick, which we're going to taste later with this, and I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of that into our sauce. You know
Oh, wait. And then we have to toast.
It kind of gets better every time I drink it.
And you always have to stop and take a little break to drink a little bit of this while you're fixing your dish.
Okay, we're going to let this reduce down a little bit after we add a little cognac to it.
He really likes to liquor up his food, I swear.
It's like drunken shrimp shells, you know? We call this a barbecue butter sauce because it's really not with traditional barbecue sauce with tomato. It's a New Orleans style barbecue butter sauce, and it's got just this one thing in it that helps you identify it as New Orleans, and that's a little cayenne pepper.
Say I say a plate of shrimp.
You say a plate of shrimp, and I'm thinking about a plate of shrimp. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking about having more of the Marsanne Roussanne.
I'm thinking about that too. Okay, so we're going to let this reduce down. We're going to come back in 1 minute and tell you a little bit more. Okay, we're back with the second element of our dish.
So what's next, Super Dave?
Okay, we've got a couple ingredients. We've got some soybeans, or edamame, or edamame, or umami. Who knows what they call these things sometimes, you know? All right, some corn that I sauteed off earlier, and some chopped up leeks, and they're pretty finely chopped up.
And the truth of the matter is, if you want to make these dishes easier, you know, we like to use fresh corn, just, you know, chop it right off the cob. But you know, if you can drain off canned corn and use that. The soybeans you can get frozen at the grocery store. So all of these are very accessible products that you can get at your local grocery store.
So let me just tell you real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what I'm going to do here is I'm putting in some of the soybeans and the corn and the leeks all at once. And I'm making enough right now just for the portion that we're doing right now, which is 1 portion. Okay? And it's got a little bit of butter in there and a little bit of safflower oil, which is a high temperature oil that's really good for that has like a neutral flavor. A lot of times when you use olive oil, which I don't use a lot of olive oil, it adds flavor to everything and you don't get the purity of the flavors. I think Sonny and I both agree, we love the pure flavors of food, and that's what we do.
And I think that that's what's so important here, is that a lot of people over-season their foods and so forth, thinking that that's what they need to do to get all the flavors out. But really, the key to great cooking, great chefing, is to actually bring out the pure flavors in that particular ingredient, to just utilize that ingredient, you know, to its optimum. So, Super Dave, what's the last thing we're going to do here?
Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a little bit of that safflower oil, okay? And we're going to just see how hot the pan is. Make sure it's really good and hot. And because this is only going to take just a minute or two to cook this bacon up and this shrimp up. What I'm going to do is make sure that where we tie the bacon at the very bottom is where we're going to go ahead and sear that. And push that nice down like this. And remember, don't try this at home with your fingers. I have chef's hands. Same thing with this one. Make sure that the bacon is on the bottom. Get this crispy there. And we'll try this one more time.
When you sear it there, it actually holds the bacon on and makes it stay on there, you know, and sears together.
Now, I didn't add any salt to these shrimp. I did put a little bit of black pepper on them, and that was it. The reason why?
Bacon is salty, so if you add more salt, it'll be too salty, and then it'll just totally ruin your palate.
So, while the bacon wrapped shrimp are cooking, I'm just going to quickly take this other pan here and have Sunny help me. If you could have put your wine down for 1 second.
Oh my.
And hold my strainer. And this is our butter sauce right here. We're going to strain that butter sauce right through.
Oh, yummy.
And then I'm just going to press down on this real quickly. I'll take that from his empty. And we're going to get all those flavors out of the shell, the shallots, and the garlic, and press it out. So, the last part of this here is just kind of tasting it for seasoning. Salt.
You know a little salt?
A little salt. Ooh, you can really taste the cognac and the wine in it.
You can.
A little bit really.
It's quite strong.
And we're going to go ahead and finish up this plate for you right now. We'll be right back. So now that Sunny has some more wine, I'm ready to plate this dish. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is lay down my succotash. And maybe the cameraman can get over here and take a good look at this. We've caramelized the corn and the edamame and the leeks. It's got a really nice, beautiful touch to it. It's got some black pepper and salt, and that's it. Then we've got our bacon wrapped shrimp, which are looking perfect. And we'll lay those down in here.
That looks delicious.
Thank you very much. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the butter sauce on. Made with nice cognac and the Marsanne Roussanne from
Sunbox 11 Winery.
And that looks just delicious. And the last thing missing from this dish is a glass in my hand.
No, I think the last thing missing is a toast and a taste.
Okay, so how do you want to do this?
Okay.
You do a toast first or you do a taste first?
A toast to a phenomenal pairing.
Excellent.
Now I need to get myself a nice taste of this. Get all that yumminess on here, and look at all the beautiful colors. This is such a beautiful plate. This is so good. All the flavors in my mouth, it's just so yummy. Another perfect match.
I agree.